What's up, AAA family? Let's get to it. Welcome in, welcome in. Y'all tap that like button as y'all come in. Share the stream, share the stream. I'll be right back. I gotta run and do two more things before we get started. What's up? What's up, Russell? Roll tide, everybody. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. Doing some final things before we get started. Need to find my other phone. Hopefully y'all can hear me good. Okay, there it is. What's good, everybody? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Y'all, everybody good? All right, chat. We back. Wanted to do a quick mic check. Roll Tide, roll tide. Nick Saban's daddy. What's good, man? Haven't seen you over here in a while, buddy. Good to see you, man. How does that Ohio State loss feel? Are you humbled yet? Are you humbled yet? I think Ohio State fans are very humbled. My boy said he come in peace. He said I know my stuff. Hey, appreciate that. Means a lot. Stevie G says he come in peace. What's up, Stevie? Hey, you see, Caden ain't paid his bet either. Caden the Diesel Freak has not paid his bet. So we got to make sure if he shows up again, we go ahead and handle that. What's up, Steph? Good to see you. Roll Tide. I got my other phone down here for other comments. What yeah, a lot of people doubting us, right, Sully? Square Biz said finally. What you mean finally? This is live. Yes, this is live, Square Biz. What's up, Urban S? It's good to see you in the chat. Shout out to the 37 in the chat already, man. Say we got 41 in the chat. Continue to hit the like button. I think it's safe we can start the conversation here at the 5-minute mark, right? I appreciate y'all continuous support. Every day we've had crazy numbers pull up. Somebody get Darius out of here. Darius, you a joke, bro. I don't respect you. I don't respect you at all. Every other Georgia fan that came in, made their bets and held it down, gave they little paid they end of the bets no matter what they agreed to and made their bets. Ain't no come on, coach, bro. You ain't paid your bet, dog. I don't respect that. I don't respect that. Not one bit. Shout out to the 41 in the chat, man. Y'all get him, bro. He could be out for the whole stream. Only way someone come through for him is if he super chat or he donate them what it was. It was only what 10 gifted or was it 5? I need Ty wide receivers and OC give 110% for the rest of this postseason. I put more of it on Ty and the OC. I'm not too mad at the wide receivers. I got to watch their game. Oh, it was either 10 gifted memberships or it was either 5 or 10, and that's what's 5 times 3? 15 or $30. 5. So $15. He couldn't pay a $20. He couldn't pay up on a $20 bet, chat. Yeah, Darius, we putting you out there like that. You done had ample amount of time. You lost the bet when Alabama and Georgia played in September. It is now about to be 2026. We are days away from the year of our Lord and Savior, 2026, and you have yet to pay your little bet. You just upset we got a rematch. Yeah, it usually doesn't go well for the winning team the second time around. But I think this game has a lot of different variables to implement coming around. One of the biggest ones being that both teams have the same amount of time to prepare for each other this time going around. And I'm not going to get into the breakdown. We're going to save all the breakdown stuff. This week is just situational topic conversation. Y'all talk to me, I talk to y'all. I bring up some hot topics, got some reports from practice that I want to report on evasively, very evasively, right? So that I can get my members the real scoop once we have the full story that's been developed. But there's been to get into the conversation, welcome in once again. Let's get up to 30 likes before we start getting into the real scoop, man. We got 53 people watching. Let's get into the comments. Uh let's get up to 30 likes before we start releasing any of the information here. And we're going to go to a subscribers only mode chat only for this because I only want to talk to my subscribers if you have questions on the information that I'm about to release. So appreciate everybody. Continue running likes up. We at 30 likes. Let's go. Once again, make sure y'all follow on all the platforms too. At Coach Smook on all platforms. Make sure you go follow or subscribe, everything. At Coach Smook. If you go to the platform and see Coach Smook, you see this face or a variation of this face with these ugly teeth and these thick glasses is me. So yeah. Deron Jenkins, appreciate you for becoming a member of the AAA family, man. Y'all give it up for Deron W's for the new member in the AAA family. We'll be doing the members live only after this one, probably like 30 minutes after this one is complete, so y'all can get some of that Smook scoop that y'all know is very reliable, and more than likely and I ain't gonna say more than likely it's going to happen. Today there was a lot of shifting, a lot of switching around at practice, blocks. What it's not even really practice this week, guys. It's a lot of just touch up, maintenance, get together, pre-game planning type of phase of what we see in Alabama go through. And I don't care what anybody says of how it was told to me. This staff, if they're not game planning or game prepping to the T every day, they could project it as, recovery and all this, but you have to have your second, your third, your fourth guys ready for this playoff push. If we're going to see any opportunity or sense of a spark from the University of Alabama's football team, and this is more so for the players. In this time of the year, you already have guys. The portal window is coming up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull up that information too. So you're talking about the portal window. I'm sorry, I had to take a quick little breath. I don't know what's going on with this weather for me. I know it's winter time and I feel like I wrap up pretty good. Maybe it's just being around too many crowds. What's up, Gabe? Welcome in. Roll Tide to you, your pup. How healthy is Bama? Stevie G says, how healthy is Bama? Stevie, since you a guest, man, and you a solid subscribing for us, I'll answer your question. Alabama by next week should be a lot more healthier, especially on the offensive side. I think missing Cam Dewberry and not utilizing Jaden Roberts in last game really affected us in the offensive line, as far as the consistency in protection. But I still don't think the offensive line as a whole played bad enough to see the type of results that we saw with Ty's negative 34 rushing yards and the interception. I think he went 19 of 34, some BS number, and majority of that yardage came in the second half. Um, 5 of his 19 completions were off of tip passes. Um, or the receiver basically just won the battle for the ball. Um, Ryan Williams made a clutch catch in the game. Also, for those that think I only see the negative in Ryan, I understand what's happening with him, and I think we're not seeing the benefits of my philosophy around Ryan Williams being wide receiver number 3. We're not seeing the benefits of it because of the lack of quarterback play. And partially, yes, you could say it's play calling. Partially, you could say it's O-line. But at the end of the day, when I have an open receiver, I need to be able to hit that receiver in order for the defense to respect me. So a lot of these problems that we're dealing with are from the offensive side, from a whole team standpoint. But I think going into this game, we can get a lot of answers with a slight change in play calling, a slight change in play calling. Square Biz, and I'm gonna get to a few more comments before I get into our practice report. Well, basically our developing news that we're hearing about here, and I'm like I said, it's going to be more of an invasive type of out, I guess you could say, release, but we're gonna get into it. Question: Coach Zach says, do you think Coach Cap deserved to be let go? Personally, this was the best O line since 2021 season, 2020 to 2021 season. Yes, I think he deserves to be let go. One, when you're talking about the handling of personnel, if he has control over the offensive line rotation and the personnel, which is what I'm being told, then the inability to have assets like Jaden Roberts implemented in the game plan, the inability to rotate guys when you see a guy like Geno Vandermark, another fifth-year senior guy. Same situation with Jaden Roberts. You got 2 veteran guys who have struggled at points of the season, but haven't struggled to the point where they're struggling. Their weaknesses have hindered us from being in a position to win games when they're playing. So if one's not working, rotate the other. You did it last year with the right tackle position. We've seen Wilk and Farmer get some reps at right guard now. Why is Jaden Roberts not getting left guard reps? I mean, he's an athletic offensive lineman, plays every position I believe can play and be serviceable from each guard or tackle position. Just pure athleticism, and you can live with some of his flaws and still be a successful team. Shout out to the 67 in the chat. 72 in the chat. Now, continue to hit the likes, double tap the screen to like it if you're watching on your mobile app. And if you see the thumbs up button anywhere on your screen around this video, please hit the thumbs up button for your boy. We want to get to, we've already hit our like goal of 25. Let's get to 50. Let's get to 50 if you all don't mind. It's absolutely free. And it helps. Also, another way to support and help more people see this content is to click on the present, the gift icon at next to your chat. Hit that and see what rubies you have available. They're all free, and you could donate those, and it helps boost us up in the algorithm and get more people involved in this conversation. So Zach, I think Coach Cap does deserve to be replaced. Bama, what's that? Bama AD, Bama AD. Like and subscribe, y'all. Appreciate you for pulling up, Bama AD. Shanae has been a member, for 9 months now. She has been a member for 9 months now, so appreciate you. And then who else just became a member? Did we get a new membership somewhere? The Kinesis just renewed his membership. So appreciate y'all for sustaining those memberships. We're at 42 likes. Thank y'all. Y'all continue to run it up, man. So, practice report. I'm gonna do a basic practice report, and then I'm gonna leave y'all with something, and you can decide if you want to pay $3 to experience what the members of this channel have been experiencing. So, today's practice. Let's start on the defensive side. We haven't had a lot of complaints publicly or uh, and we haven't seen many issues from the defense. One or two broken plays every now and then. We've seen hustle even on the broken plays. We haven't seen a lack of effort and since the Florida State game. The defense looks good, but to be able to get to have Quay Russo 100%. Um, People don't know that he wasn't 100% in the Auburn game or against Georgia. Have him an extra 2 weeks to get 100%. You had some guys in the secondary dealing with some injuries. The D line has suffered early in the season with Tim Keene and Jeremiah Beeman both going down. Now with LT Overton out on that defensive front, Keenan finally getting some real time to get 100% healthy. He's been playing good with battling through his injuries. The main thing for the defense is to get healthy and to continue to get players ready to go. I'm excited to hear that Cam Calhoun has been seeing a lot of reps with the secondary beat up a little bit. Taking advantage of reps in practice this week going into the playoffs is going to be huge for him because I think he's going to be counted on to play some good impactful rotational reps. Deshaun Jones finally 100% healthy. I don't based off what I'm being told, I don't see them going back to him unless it's a must. Red Morgan, same thing, recovering from his hand injury. Didn't affect him in his play against Georgia. Played a very well game, still was hurt. Going to have more time. Just a lot of recovery on the defensive side is what we're excited about. And then to hear about some of your talent that we haven't seen in great amount of, meaning Steve Bowler with LT Overton being out, you can see James Smith being pushed out to that bandit position to help bolster that rotation, and that will open up room for Steve Bowler. Now, practice this week, of course, a lot of guys in depth are going to get reps because you want to try to get as many people cleaned up and up to par for the game plan or ready to execute multiple levels and phases of the game plan going into this playoff game. But you don't have the good thing about this week is you don't have that compressed uh 3-day split between Saturday and next Saturday. People don't understand, like, you don't go back and practice on Monday. You get your rest day on Sunday, you get your recovery and film day for the most part on Monday, and Tuesday is a light practice. Usually you go shells. Wednesday and Thursday is your full pad practice, and Friday is walkthroughs. Friday you usually probably just helmet, jersey, or helmet and shoulder pads with shorts. No real contact. Everything's about 75% on body. Nothing's to the ground. You're doing a lot of your passing. Your passing segments, or what we call them, not segments. What do we call them? Quarters or periods during practice are you're doing a lot of that stuff on air, even handing the ball off running. You're looking for things just to look crisp and for guys to react fast and carry out the play to showcase that they know what they're being asked to do. All right. Um, and I think when you are in that phase, the defense, where they are, the momentum that they're carrying, and the practice reports that we have with guys getting healthy, we see guys turning the corner on the field as far as their on-field production. Jordan Renard finally making some plays, being active, utilizing his pure athleticism. I don't think people realize the type of athletes we have across our defensive front compared to the rest of the SEC, and we're in a pretty good position. Shout out to the 87 in the chat, man. Continue, hit the like button. If you're jumping in, this is your first time in the stream, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We are about 24 away um from what is it, 3.8K now, 3.8K. So help us continue to reach those goals. We're getting closer to 5K. The closer it gets to the end of the year, the closer we're getting to 5K. And if we don't hit 5K, we still want to continue to press. So help us by subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button and sharing this content. Now, defensive coaches reports. Now, There hasn't been much shuffling on the defense other than Coach Mo being reported to going to Oregon State with with Coach Shep. I will say this, guys: the fact that these coaches are still here and operating their day to day, it tells you the type of respect that they have not only for Kalen DeBoer but for the University of Alabama and the fan base. Right? Coach Shep has done a presser, and um, that him, Hodges, Mo, all these guys are still actively engaged until they have to that space for them to properly transition, and that's something that we couldn't even have under Coach Saban. um, I don't know what that entails as far as Coach Shep appointing certain personnel to do certain things during this time of off-season recruiting, off-season workouts and check-ins, player meetings, and all of that. I want to believe that a lot of this stuff is happening virtually. His days are long, and it's good that he's a wide receiver coach, and his phase of the game planning can be done by a team that supports him. So basically, instead of one person giving a wide receiver game plan or a strategy adjustment or reports, you have a team of offensive quality control personnel. Coach Tyler Hughes is in that room. You have those guys helping game plan. And on the defensive side, you didn't see much movement like you're going to see on the offensive side in this offseason. So that part of the team should be intact and should be able to flow over into this Oklahoma game on the road and do some things that we're comfortable with, but also create some wrinkles that can create some scoring opportunities for the defense or give the offense extra scoring opportunities, pending that we go into this game with the same struggles we had against Auburn, against Georgia, against EIU, against Oklahoma the first time around, against South Carolina, against LSU. Can we turn on the switch with the defensive staff staying intact and being able to basically build off a successful game against Oklahoma? Not a dominant defensive performance, but you put your offense in multiple times. You put your offense in position to have success. Okay, so defensively, staff, personnel, I think we're good. I think the only thing that we're going to continue to have questions about is some of the rotation on the front, but with the injuries, you really can't be picky, and you can just hope that all these former 5-star, 4-star athletes, highly touted 3-star athletes, can go out there and showcase their development since their time being in at the collegiate level. We're 2 likes away from 50 likes on the stream chat, so can y'all continue to run it up? I'm gonna take a quick second. I'm gonna go grab me my Powerade real quick, and I'll be right back with y'all. While you're in the chat, I have a question for you. While we get to our topic of conversation later on in the chat, I'm gonna put this poll in there. I just put a poll in the chat. Y'all scared? Not scared. Y'all answer it, and I'll be right back with y'all. All right, chat. Can y'all hear me now? Mic check, mic check. 1, 2. Appreciate y'all. I forgot I hit the mute button. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Okay, good. All right. So what I'm saying is I'm just going to allow y'all to answer the poll question. And then after that, after y'all answer the poll question, while y'all answer the poll question, I'm gonna do my post-practice report for the offensive side, my take on it, what's been reported to me from our sources, and then we'll talk about this question here. We'll talk about this question. So, offensively, the O-line rotation today was the report of what was reported was not something that I'm inclined to be in favor of. The offensive line that you saw field against Georgia is what we saw fielded against for the first group today. But in that same breath, with Ty Simpson as the quarterback, you saw Jaden Roberts at right guard. You saw Will Sanders at left guard. You saw Caden Proctor at left tackle. You saw Michael Proctor at right tackle. You saw Parker Belford at center. But then when they rotated and Austin Mack took snaps and Keelan Russell were taking snaps, you saw Gino Vandermark at center. You saw Otis Allenine at center. And then you saw Jaden Roberts at right guard. No, you saw Wilkin Formby at right guard. You saw Jaden Roberts at right guard, Wilkin Formby at right tackle, Gino Vandermark at left guard, and Will Sanders at left tackle for your second team offensive lineman. And I just pray and hope that they see something that I don't see, because at this point of the season, at this time, with the amount of data and the film that we have to work with, if Cam Dewberry is not able to go next week, and it's not looking likely, then I think your best option as far as personnel is to put your best 5 offensive linemen out there, no matter what their strengths or weaknesses is. Your best 5 offensive linemen, meaning who can win one-on-ones more than they lose. And if you look at that, Jaden Roberts, Michael Carroll, Parker Brailsford, in this order, Parker Brailsford, Parker Brailsford, Caden Proctor, Cam Dewberry, Michael Carroll, Jaden Roberts, Wilkin Formby, Gino Vandermark. In that order, those 7 in that order. Okay? Parker Brailsford, Caden Proctor, who did I say? Who was it? Parker Brailsford, Caden Proctor. Who was third for least pressures allowed? Cam Dewberry, Michael Carroll, Jaden Roberts, Wilkin Formby, 5, Jaden Roberts, Gino Vandermark. That's where the pecking order falls. And then Will Sanders is on there at probably 8 or 9. I can't remember if it was him and Olin. Neither one of them has played enough snaps to be factored into average pressures allowed, right? I think they have to have more than 50 snaps in the season or before the data is collected and actually can be deemed as impactful. So in that order, if Cam Dewberry's out and we're seeing some health issues from other spots behind that guy, why isn't Jaden Roberts pushed up into that offensive line group? And you're not trying, quote unquote, your most athletic and your most versatile offensive lineman as far as the guard and tackle position in Wilkin Formby. Why aren't we trying him at left guard and Jaden Roberts at right guard? If that's what you want to keep, there's clearly there's something that Wilkin does for this offensive line group that they love. And I'm not saying that he's the answer. I'm not saying he's the best, but he is probably the only offensive lineman that I have yet to see truly replaced when he's struggling. So I don't like what I heard from practice as far as that first lineup. But if we could somehow put it together and this group can do what the Michael Carroll right tackle, and this is me being unbiased and being real, like facts put at Michael Carroll at right tackle, Wilkin Formby or Jaden Roberts at right guard, center Parker Brailsford, With Cam Dewberry being out at left guard, I am ready to throw Will Sanders out there. I think his physicality, his times where he came in as the extra tackle on the offensive line when he played some guard reps last game, I think he does a good enough job to play and give us a solid left guard to make a playoff push. Especially being the fact that we don't run to the left side as much as we should. When Cam Dewberry and Caden Proctor were manning that left side together, that was probably the most push we would get. So that's the reports I got on the offensive line. I'm not excited about it, but hopefully something transpires to where we are able to be effective and efficient with that group if that's the first group to trot out. Tight end room with Josh Clavis working his way back in. He should be back for the college football playoff game. But if not, Brody Dalton has number 89 on our roster has been getting a lot more attention. Now, we've seen that the tight end utilization in this offense this season has not been the way that we envision it. When Washington had, I believe his last name was Westover, the tight end, somebody that's nowhere near athletic as the tight ends on roster at Alabama, but for some reason found success in this offensive scheme just because of his patience and the consistency of the quarterback, in my opinion. I look at where we at right now with the tight ends. Quavis coming back is huge, but Danny Lewis getting his opportunity last game, I think Danny Lewis has more than enough skill sets to be effective in this offense. I just think his skill set is not made for this offense. But you can still utilize a solid pass catching tight end in this offense, especially when your quarterback is not seeing the field good. And we're going to talk about some offensive play calling in this post practice report. To and then transition to the running back room. Knowing that Jam Miller and Kevin Riley uh, weren't 100% last week, Jam Miller had to take the week off. It was deemed that he wasn't ready to go. He practiced leading. He I think he practiced 2 days. He got 2 practices in last week, one full practice and the walkthrough last week. So they were very hopeful about him. Kevin Riley, not sure what the extent of his injuries are, but he was at practice today. Um, and operating no black jersey in the running back room, which is good. Richard Young still not seen given any real changes as far as his rotation as reps in the scheme parts of practice or the skills part. Still going with the third and fourth string guys, and that's not good when you're talking about hopes of probably reviving his value for the Alabama roster. Likely to enter the portal, which is rightfully should be his move with the type of talent we have stacking up at running back. If he hasn't been able to crack the place where he's in the rotation, there's opportunity for his skill set at just about any other country, any school in the country. So the running back rotation, AK Deer, continue to get bolstered with more responsibilities. The more that he's getting reps in practice, the more that he's given opportunities in games due to injuries. He's showcasing that he is able to make some explosive plays when the ball is in his hands. Continuing to grow and pass pro is going to be key, especially these next what they give tomorrow's full practice, Thursday full practice. They'll be go for probably light practice Friday. Saturday they'll be off. Sunday they'll be off. Monday another walkthrough to or light practice. Welcome back practice. Tuesday, Wednesday they go full practice. Thursday is walkthrough. Friday we kick off. So this week is the week where you want to be able to evaluate all your young talent that could possibly be thrown into the fire in these playoffs. And this is the week where you can see if guys have been paying attention all season, even though they probably haven't been getting the reps on field because they got veterans, healthy veterans in front of them that haven't been doing things that cause us to lose games, right? But haven't been playing necessarily been explosive and creating winning football. You can take this week and really evaluate some guys. Even with the movement around on the coaching staff, luckily the wide receiver room is pretty adept with talent. So a crazy rotation and utilizing multiple wide receivers this game wouldn't surprise me with Coach Shep being on his way out and probably getting a little bit more control over what happens with the wide receiver rotation. We talked every other position but the quarterback position, and it's the reason why. I have some reports that will excite a lot of the Alabama fans. and I have a conversation around these reports that I will reveal in the members only video. So if you want to hear that conversation, you want to hear those reports, and say I'm clickbaiting you, whatever you want to say, whatever. Anybody that's been a member of the Coach Smook Network and has been watching our content and following our reports as a member, you know, you know, when I have when I'm on this strictly professional delivery type of vibe on my main lives, right? And I'm not trying to incite conversation. I'm just allowing it to flow, and it's flowing as smooth as it is right now. There's not a lot of ums and a lot of uhs, and things are flowing. You better beware. You better know I know something, because we have had a couple of conversations from the hour of 10, from 10:07 to about 10:53, 10:57. We had three phone conversations within that time span of things being reported from practice regarding the quarterback position. So usually I get one or two phone calls. We have our basic conversations about the stuff, what's the plan for the week, what day one tells us about the rest of the week, and we go off of that. We go off of that. We have our conversations with our players, our parents, all of this stuff, and we build our report off of that. And this is all happening in real time as we speak. Might you all? I need y'all to take note of that. Like when I'm reporting, the interviews for coach, the board, the staff, the players, they're happening as we're reporting. So we don't get to do what we're accused of doing, which is watch the player interviews and come and report what they're saying. We're reporting as they're talking. So the things that's being said, if we're saying anything remotely close to what they're saying, is because of our sources and the things that we've pieced together based off of just general conversation about practice. General conversation about practice. That's how we formulate our reports. So let's get into it, man. We got 73 votes on the question of the day, but we only have 57 likes. I need y'all to match those votes and those likes. If we got 57 likes, that means 57 of y'all. I mean, if we got 73 likes, that means 73 of y'all found a way to tap the screen. So tap the like button too. Tap the like button too. I'm gonna take a minute. I'm gonna give y'all a minute to get us to 70 likes, so I could do my post practice report on quarterbacks. Not post practice report on quarterbacks, but I want to have this conversation. Does Ty deserve to start versus Oklahoma? And we'll have that conversation. Then I'll end this live, and we'll go to a members only live. If you're not a member of the AAA family, I don't have the infomercial prepared to play. We will be back in studio type mode. Hopefully, Thursday or Friday, we will be back in studio mode, so that we can get comments on the screen and get our transitions. But give me 1 minute, chat, and I'll be right back with you all for the conversation about does Ty deserve to start versus Oklahoma. We're at 66 likes. We need 4 more likes to get to 70, and we don't have to stop at 70. Continue to run the likes up. We got 118 people in the chat on YouTube, family. 118 people in the chat on YouTube. 106 actual profiles with names and tags that we can trace back and support you if you have your own channel. So thank you all for that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. We're on our way to 3.8K. I'll be right back with y'all. Give me a second, chat. All right, chat. I'm back. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. We got 83 votes on the poll. 93 in the chat. Let's go. Let's end the poll. I'm gonna read y'all the results. 54% of you all say yes, Ty deserves a start. And the other 46 say no. All right, y'all. We got that there. I just wanted to get that for Twitter. Did I freeze? I'm sorry. Shout out to the 72 likes, man. Continue running likes up. Let's get up to 100 likes. Might as well since we're here. All right. So I'm going to give my opinion. There's nothing factual about what I'm about to say. I'm going to give my opinion, and I'm going to try to do my best to get in the comments and respond to the comments. Give me 3 minutes where you all explain your reason why you think he should start. Put yes and then explain whatever's going to fit in the chat box, right? Put yes and try to fit it in that one comment. And then if no, put no, then explain it. And like I said, try to fit it all in that one comment. So does Ty Simpson deserve to start? I will say this. Ty Simpson does deserve it. It's a reason why I put deserve it. I'm glad DeQuavis is in here. There's a reason why I'm going to say he deserves it. One, you're talking about a quarterback. I don't care how trash he's played as of late. The last 4 weeks has been trash from our quarterback. I don't think that Ty has ever once quit on this team. Now, has he quit on plays, or have there been moments like what his decision making is? Yes, but I don't think he's quitting in those moments. I don't think he's just giving it up. There was a lot of times last year, and I said this, if you all remember, I said that Jalen Milroe's attitude, his demeanor, gave the I quit type of energy in those tough moments multiple times throughout the season. I talked about this. You on the phone, sweetie? No. Oh, so when I made this statement last year, everybody agreed. Now, the first time I saw that from Ty was against EIU. I didn't speak on it because I felt like it was probably just him beating himself up, but I felt like he finally quitted on the team against EIU. When he threw those 2 interceptions and he didn't get to go out and redeem himself, his energy kind of changed. But he didn't bring that energy to the SEC championship, nor did he bring that to the Iron Bowl. He fought. So in this season, the type of season that Ty Simpson has made through, you're talking about being the quarterback at the University of Alabama. You have all the pressures of following up the Coach Saban era as the next quarterback. I think he deserves it. That's one reason. Another reason is, does he deserve it? Yes, he deserves to start. Does that mean he should play the whole game, or he's going to have a great game and finish it? No, but he deserves to start. He deserves the opportunity, just like he's been proven for the past 4 years since being on roster. He was there with Bryce was there. He stayed and set behind 2 years behind Jalen Milroe. Came in and battled out in a good competition against a quarterback that this staff recruited to go with them at Washington, to be with them at Washington. He transferred over, so he had a little bit of a head start as far as pecking order. Then you talk about the QB1 that I truly believe is regardless of his experience, I think Keelan Russell is QB1 at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I think QB Russell is QB1 at the end. Keelan Russell is QB1 at the end of the day, right? But he beat those 2 guys out. He did what he had to do to prove to this staff, this Ryan Grubb, who I think at the end of the day, as bad as of a play caller is, Ryan Grubb has displayed the past 3 weeks, I think he's a great evaluator of the quarterback position. And that can be true. You can be a great evaluator and not be a great coach. You can be a great recruiter and not a great play caller. It happens, okay? So I think Ryan Grubb, in his evaluation of Ty Simpson, he said the same thing multiple times during the selection of Ty Simpson as QB1. he's doing great. He's improving in all the areas. We just want him to display the mental aspect of things. If he can sharpen the mental aspect of things, he can do exactly what we need to do to make this team be what they need to be on the offensive side. He said that in so many words in so many press conferences leading up to kickoff. And nobody wanted to listen to me when I said, okay, they talking about Ty's touchdown passes in the scrimmages, but when the fall scrimmage number 2, when Austin Mack, spring scrimmage number 2, when Austin Mack had a great day, that was one of the days where Ty threw 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 4 interceptions. Keelan Russell didn't throw any touchdowns, but he didn't throw interceptions either. I remember that scrimmage. And then the first scrimmage is when that happened. Second scrimmage, Austin Mack takes a hit. His play takes a drop. Keelan Russell plays better. Now he's in the QB2 race. He's QB2 and QB1B and Ty Simpson. And y'all remember how I was reporting this story? Keelan Russell, I could live with freshmen making freshman mistakes, but I can't live with a fourth-year guy, right? A fourth-year junior, aka senior, who's been in college for 4 years now, who's had some playing time over his past 3 years, garbage time, even got to play 3 quarters against USF in some meaningful game time, taking some snaps and some clutch time, and still has yet to fully get over the hump of the mental aspect of the game. That's something hard to deal with, and that was a hard decision. I think it was the right decision to go with Ty Simpson because of some of the issues and injuries that we saw early in the season, with the run game not being as explosive as we expected, and with the offensive line still shuffling around. Ryan Williams drops early in the season. Josh Cuevas had the drops his first game. That, I think, would have hurt this offense more if we didn't have a caliber of quarterback like Ty Simpson to be able to have that veteran experience, understand the process, and just continue to stack, right? But at some point in the season, and I want to say, I say it was the Missouri game. No, I say South Carolina. I say South Carolina. Missouri game, fourth quarter, kind of shaky with some of the decisions made. But the South Carolina game is when I said, here's what Coach Saban talked about. And the moment I started pointing out more of the negatives than what Ty said, right? Than what Ty was doing when everybody was able to identify the negatives, and I started speaking more on that than what we were seeing from the first year starter with the positives, right? At some point in the season, you want to see this 4-year guy turn a curve. Have we seen it? No. But one thing I can say, the only game I will truly say, the only loss that I could truly put on Ty Simpson is, and I mean fully on Ty Simpson. You can point out other factors that were negative plays in the game, but when you talk about the plays that lost the game, was that Oklahoma game. So if anybody deserves a chance to go out and get some get back from a morality standpoint, and if I'm a coach and I want my locker room to stay together, I'm going to give this quarterback his chance. I'm going to give him the right amount of time to correct his wrongs. From the last 3 weeks of play, you get 2 quarters, you get 6-7 drives to say that you can still lead this team. And if you don't capitalize on that, if we're not in a position to win the game with you at the helm with 6 or 7 drives, then I think it's time to flip the page. At that point in time of the game, if we're flipping the page to turn to a new quarterback, we're either in desperation mode because we're trying to get back in the game to win it, or we have already lost it. And at that point in time, when you make that switch, those are the 2 dilemmas you're facing, and it's time to turn the page. You don't go back to Ty the rest of the season if you have to make this switch. So, yes, he does deserve the chance, in my opinion, to close out this show. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. I'm going to give y'all about 10 minutes of talk time, chat talk, so that we can so that y'all can chop it up with me. And I might have to go off screen because I'm going to have to fix something on the back end. I can't have it on screen. One of my self-defense items is having an issue right now. I need to get it fixed before I put it back in operation, before this live is over. So, okay. So, conclusion with Alabama, quarterback Ty Simpson number one? Does quarterback Ty Simpson number one deserve an opportunity to start this game, this playoff game? Yes, he has been a part of the reason why this team has gotten to that point. And I think if there was ever a game for a quarterback to kind of check himself and soul search and find that that dog in him, that elite skill set that you displayed at points and times in the season, an opportunity to get some get back at Oklahoma would be great. An opportunity to possibly see Georgia in the national championship to get your one back, right, would be great. That's got to be that right there. Got to be motivation alone. Not look. All of my criticisms and my facts that I'm pointing out about Ty Simpson and the negative parts of his game, they don't matter. They don't matter because at the end of the day, he is still the best option to start this game. Right now, I can't do like I did last year and say that Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in the room. But from what we've seen, he's the best option to start this game. The offense, when the only time the offense has faltered this season is when we put it on him to be the guy. He is not the guy. So what does that say? Game plan around him. Help give him opportunities to where he doesn't have to make. So I need Ty to make. I at this point of the season, at this point in what Ty has displayed as an offensive coordinator, I have maybe a sheet of 8 to 10 plays where Ty has his choice, right? Where he has his choice. He can make the adjustments on it. He can do whatever. 8 to 10 plays, not 15 to 30, like we see. Not a lot of extravagance being seen with the play calls because I just think Ty's not comfortable with the play calls. Or I feel like he's so comfortable that he feel like he can make those adjustments and he's missing it. So with 2 weeks to prepare, that slide protection adjustment that he keeps making that's not working for us, we have 2 weeks to fix that for him to get a full understanding. And those first, and usually, guys, usually, guys, what happens is, you find yourself in a space in games like this where both teams have had time to prepare. The speed of the game is usually told in the first two drives. That's both. I mean, both teams getting both two offensive drives and two defensive drives. We saw Georgia. What their plan was, they came out and they initiated it first drive and they stacked on it. Alabama, we had a plan and it got dismantled, and you didn't see any more adjustments. We didn't start fast. We didn't execute drop passes, missed blocks, wrong reads on the RPOs. All of that played a factor in how we executed. So that's going to close out the segment for today. If y'all enjoyed the conversation, let me know by hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel. Members, we will be live at 1:30 Central Standard Time. I'm going to piece this story together. That's why y'all see me kind of getting distracted. I'm going to piece this information together, right? And we're going to open our members only live here at 1:30. I'm gonna have everything put together for y'all. Ty the Kid, you got to micromanage his improv play is lackluster, man. The Quavers, I agree to a certain extent. I think being under Saban for so long has come back to bite my boy in the butt. And I'm not saying Saban's a bad coach. Saban just had his type of quarterback that he knew he could win with. So let me get to these comments real quick. I'm gonna give y'all some time to get some comments answered. Austin Mack has been impressive when he's gone in my opinion. I think Austin Mack has been impressive against second string talent. I think he's been good against and Dougie I've been at practices, so it's a different type of feel for me with Austin Mack. I think he does a great job against talent and skill level that he's used to seeing. At this point in the season, I don't think. Then again, man, I mean, why would it hurt if you if and Austin Mack is a timid passer. Um, and when he passes it is not with confidence. So that's why it's not necessarily the wrong read. A lot of times it's like I don't want to overthrow him, so let me take some heat off of it. And sometimes you just got to play football and trust your ball. I think with Keelan's relentlessness and his like no fear mentality, his demeanor and his composure aspects will be where I would lean personally. Um, Let me get some more comments. So not many comments. Deron Jenkins, our new member, says, yes, give him a chance to redeem himself. If he messes up, then next man up. I also think he is playing injured and isn't able to go 100%. You think Ty Simpson is injured? What type of injury? I hate people that I ain't gonna say I hate people. I hate when people try to talk about him hitting his head on the ground in that Auburn game. I don't think that was I didn't see no change in his decision making after that hit. He was making the same mistakes he made against Auburn when he almost threw those two interceptions against Auburn, where they were dropped by their secondary and their linebacker. He made the same mistakes against EIU. He made the same mistakes against uh, Oklahoma. The same, like I don't think he's injured, man. That's just my personal opinion. And DeQuavis said he quit on a knee slide. I don't think he quit. I think he just being as flustered as he is, he felt like that was a smart play to make for some reason. I don't think he quit. I think he killed that play. He quit on that play, but I don't think he quit on the team. I don't think he quit the game. I don't think he did that and got up thinking, "Ah, that's the game." I don't think he did that, DeQuavis. That's just my personal opinion. My boy Dino says, in response to the question, should Ty deserve a opportunity to start against Oklahoma? He said, yes, if they ain't felt confident enough to start the backups when Ty wasn't doing absolutely nothing, not sure if the playoffs is the time. My sentiments exactly, Dino. From a coaching standpoint, that's how I guarantee you that's how they're thinking. Austin Mack has been impressive. Okay, I seen that one. I put money on Mack entering the portal at the end of the season. Mary J says she put money on Mac entering the portal with Jet Tamala and Tawa coming in. I think and Simpson coming back. I'll catch y'all on the members only live at 1:30.